It's currently 2 o'clock in the morning and my whole house is asleep, so I'm trying not to yell, but I have watched, to my knowledge, every single thing on Netflix. With this quarantine going on, I figured, let me watch every single thing on Netflix so you don't have to. I'm gonna tell you what I feel like is worth watching in the categories, the genres. I'm not doing every single genre because there are certain genres that I hate. For example, I hate comedy movies. I don't find them funny. It is what it is. And I don't like action movies. If it's an action movie, they're kind of stupid. There, I said it. No explosion is ever that big. Nothing is ever that dramatized. Cars don't fly in the air. I hate the Fast and Furious movies. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna give you my top picks that are worth watching in the categories that I like. So let's go ahead and get started. The first category is horror movies. Now, the horror movies that I've picked are my favorite. You don't have to like them. If you've already seen them, you don't like them, whatever. First horror movie is The Witch. A little bit of a slow burn, however, completely worth it. I live in New England, so watching a movie about the folklore of New England is pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, I love the movie. The actress in it. Next, The Ritual. Now, this movie, well written, well directed. I like the actors in it. This movie is basically about a bunch of buddies. One is pretty traumatized by his guilt. I'm not gonna spoil. They get stranded in Switzerland or Sweden. I think it's Switzerland. It's really good. Watch it. The Green Inferno. This movie has cannibalism in it. If you don't like that, don't watch it. It is basically about a bunch of people, their plane crashes, and a tribe in the Amazon takes them. It's intense. 13 cameras. The grossest human alive is in this movie. The main guy, the villain, the bad guy, the killer, whatever, that's in the movie is so disgusting. It's very entertaining. Apostle. Religious cults. If you're into that, watch this movie. It's pretty good. Very scary. Gives me some Nun vibes, if you've ever watched that. Gives me those types of vibes. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to romance or rom-coms. I don't really like rom-coms. I don't think they're funny. Also, super unpopular opinion. To All the Boys I Loved Before is a fucking terrible movie. I think the sequel is equally as terrible. Stop trying to convince me that this Peter guy is attractive. This gives me flashbacks to when Disney Channel tried so hard to convince us that Sterling Knight was attractive and desirable, and he wasn't. And this movie does the same exact thing. Burlesque, such a good movie. First of all, Cher is in it, Christina Aguilera is in it, Cam Gigadent's in it. Like, it's not even just romance, it's just good. It's so good. Also, I'm a makeup artist and the makeup in that movie is phenomenal. Always Be My Maybe. Now, this movie, for some reason, strikes a chord with me. It's a good movie. You should just watch it. It's something that you can just watch when you're laying down, hanging out, watch it. Documentaries. I have watched every single documentary on Netflix, every single one. To my knowledge, there might be some that slip through the cracks, but I love documentaries. They are my favorite thing to watch. During this quarantine, have been trying to give myself brain food. I like to think myself into a bad mood. I'm a Cancer, if anyone was wondering. I love documentaries, and these are some of my favorites. Tiger King, just fucking watch it. Just watch it. If you think that you're not gonna like it, you're probably wrong. And Carol Baskin totally killed her husband. Misrepresentation. Now, if you're a female watching this, you are going to love this documentary. This documentary changed my life. You have to watch it if you are a female. Even if you're a guy, you should probably educate yourself on the misrepresentation of women in media. It is fabulous, it is heartfelt, it is brilliant, it is so well made, and everything is so accurate between the pressures of men and women in society. If you don't watch it, I'm gonna come find you. Hot Girls Wanted. Now, This documentary is about porn. Sorry, you need to watch this because this documentary shows how porn exploits women. You will agree with me on how it changes your perspective on women and sexual expectations. The Secret. This one's really popular. I'm sure you've heard of it. You need to watch this documentary because it's about the law of attraction. If you don't know what the law of attraction is, I'm gonna tell you. The law of attraction is basically when you put yourself in a mindset where you can manifest anything you want in your life. It's connecting yourself with the universe, connecting yourself with the path you want, and manifesting things in your life. And The Secret is an entire documentary about why you need to do those things. And it is powerful, it is inspiring, it is beautiful, to be honest with you, and they talk about everything. If you need to attract money, if you need to attract love, if you need to attract success, this documentary will tell you how to do all of that. It is so good, so good. Interview with a serial killer. My homie Arthur, he's a character. Arthur is a character. He's a serial killer, and you need to watch it. It is very good. It is very good. I enjoyed it thoroughly because he is one of the most interesting serial killers to me. I am well adept on the true crime and serial killers and things like that, and he's one of the more interesting ones. I highly suggest you watch it. It is worth the watch. I'm gonna get into TV series now, and these are things that I find binge-worthy, not the things that are in my recommended that say binge-worthy TV shows. No, these are things that are actually binge-worthy, that I want to sit down and I want to watch and I don't want to get up. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I don't know where this show came from. I don't know who thought of it. I don't know what the thought process was for this TV show, but it's so good. You can't stop watching it for some reason. It is so good. It is scary. It is funny. It's so good. I can't not watch it. It's so good. Mindhunter. The 1970s. It was a very big time for serial killers. The 1970s was crazy. You had Ted Bundy, you had Jeffrey Dahmer, you had, pretty sure the Green River Killer was around that time too. It basically is a TV show where you just dissect the mind of a serial killer. What goes on? Why do they think like that? Why do they do those things? It's addicting. It is so good. Worth the watch. Bates Motel. If you have mommy issues like me, watch Bates Motel. If you're attracted to psychopaths that kill people, watch it. The Witcher. First of all, Henry Cavill. American Horror Story. Now, I know a lot of the things on my list are not for the faint of heart. They are not for the delicate minds. So, American Horror Story. If you can't handle disturbing things, psychological things, don't watch American Horror Story. However, if you like to be entertained by those things, watch American Horror Story. There are only a couple of good seasons though. You need to watch the whole series for it to make sense, but these are the only seasons that I like. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Now I'm gonna recommend the psychological movies that I just love, or the movies that made me so stressed out to watch. Gerald's Game. Stephen King wrote this movie. One of my favorite actresses is in it. She's the mom from Spy Kids. Such a good movie. Such a psychological movie. You watch this movie and the entire film is about this woman. I'm not gonna spoil it, but she is forced to deal with childhood trauma. She is forced to deal with it in a really bad situation. And when you're watching that, it forces you to deal with your childhood trauma. Now, I have a lot of childhood trauma. The movie's a little bit hard for me to watch. I kind of like that though. Black Mirror. Great show, super popular. I'm sure you've heard of it. However, it's very hard to watch continuously, I must say. It's hard to watch, just over and over and over and over again. I don't like every single episode. A lot of them I really enjoy though. So, I recommend jump around if you want. jump around to different episodes. It's not a series you probably have to watch the entire thing, but I do recommend it. My favorite episode is Black Bear and Nosedive. Peehoo. Hear me out on this one. I had mentioned in the beginning that I am also naming stressful movies. This movie, I have really bad anxiety, and I don't know why I did this to myself by watching this movie. It's an indie film, it's like a low budget film, and it is beyond stressful. It's about a little girl and she's on her own. Just watch it if you literally want to sweat by sheer, like, how is she alive? Okay, and to my last category that I'm going to talk about, because I just gave you a lot of heavy stuff to watch, I'm gonna tell you my favorite feel-good movies to watch. Movies that I like to watch when I can't find anything to watch, or I am in a bad mood, or I'm upset. I like to watch these movies because they make me feel good. They make me feel better. A Cinderella Story. First of all, Hilary Duff, just watch it. It makes you feel good. I know it makes you feel good. It's a good movie, and if you don't think it's a good movie, you're a liar. You're lying. The Edge of 17. That movie makes me feel real good. It's about a teenage girl. She has a roller coaster of emotions going on. Her brother dates her best friend. She has a meltdown about it. She becomes best friends with her teacher. And then everything falls into place, and it's just so... it just makes you feel like no matter what, everything will be okay. That's why I love that movie. That is the list of everything I totally 1000% recommend you watch on Netflix. There are tons of things that I think are great on Netflix. I love a lot of Netflix originals. There are some honorable mentions that I'll sprinkle in. Wentworth, great TV show. Breaking Bad, great TV show. Narcos, another great TV show. Weeds, pretty good. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Anything with Johnny Depp in it is incredible. Anything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like anything that I mentioned. If you guys also have any favorites that you like from Netflix, leave them down below. I've watched pretty much everything, literally almost everything. But those are my favorites. Those are the things that I rewatch over and over again. Also The Vampire Diaries, but I wasn't gonna mention that, because that's not for everybody. I hope you guys like this video, and enjoy your quarantine. Stay safe. Bye!